Today I'm finally going to enter the Mortmire Swamp for some more diary achievements. What was that? Hi there. Who are you? I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you. Are you just me but older? Maybe I should ask you a better question. What you doing in my waters? Just running around, not writing in my diary. Well then how come that book's in your hand, fool? It's got nothing to do with me, sir. It's attached to your bod, mother liquor. Don't kill me. I've got so much to give. Easy now, luscious little man grape. You ever drink dwarven stout from a fancy booth? What? Wanna join a cult where people scream with each other? No? I'm gonna hurt you. Excuse me? I like you. What do you think of me? I don't rightly know, sir. Make an assessment. I think you're a brave, bold adventurer. Don't lie to me, boy. I'm not lying. I know what you're thinking. Here comes old Greg. He's a washed-up swamp dweller. You don't know me. You don't know what I got. I got something to show you. You know what that is? That's old Greg's achievement cape. I've got an achievement cape. I'm old Greg. What the hell was that all about? Anyway, roll the actual intro. Say hello to Greg Heff. Together, he and I are working to complete every diary task in Old School RuneScape in order from easy to elite without doing anything in the higher tiers before completing every task in the lowest tier. This is the Diary of a Wimpy Adventurer. Welcome back. Last week, we spent some time, well, a lot of time, to complete the Knight's Sword so that we could craft blurite limbs at Doric's Anvil north of Falador. Unfortunately, that all pales in comparison to the grind I'd set out on later in this video, but more on that later. Today, my goal is to knock out a few more quests to raise my farming level so I can complete some more easy tasks. For now, I finished crafting the willow short bows I had in the bank to sell to Brian in Remington, bringing my cash stack up to 28k. I used this money to buy a jute seed for later, and some more chronicle pages for teleports to Varrock. With that out of the way, I made my way over to Father Eric in Lumbridge to start the Restless Ghost. After fearlessly running away from a skeleton that was guarding a skull in the Wizard's Tower, I made my way back to Lumbridge to give the ghost his skull back and wrap up the quest, bringing me up to 17 prayer and giving me one of my favorite items in the game, the Ghost Speak Amulet. It doesn't really give any stat boosts other than just being able to talk to ghosts, but it's still one of my favorite designs for an amulet in this game. Next up, I ran back to the bank to grab a silver bar and a sickle mold, and went back to Arduin to steal some more cakes to prepare for the Nature Spirit. With my inventory ready to go, I went back to our good buddy Drizel to start the quest. While on my way to talk to Philemon in the Mortmire Swamp, I stopped to kill a couple snails so I could craft a snelm later for an easy task. After that, I jumped over the bridge near the grotto to talk to Philemon before jumping back over the bridge successfully for the second time in a row. Imagine if this was the only way I could train agility. That would suck. Anyway, I made my way back to the bank to grab a chisel to craft a snelm to complete my first easy Mauritania task and look like an absolute Chad with my new Best in Slot helmet. What a guy. That is a man. I celebrated Greg's new look by brutally murdering one of the locals in the bank to knock out task number 2. Easy game. After that, I went back to Drizel for one of the best dad jokes of all time. Alright, back to Nature Spirit. There we go. Yeah, see? Crafting XP. 2,000 hit points, 2,000 defense. $27 crafting. 23 hit points and 25 defense. We'll take that. 36 combat. Alright, now I know this is a task. There we go. With that out of the way, I took a break from questing for a bit to grind out 42 crafting so I could finally make a fishbowl for the Kandarin task. To do this, I went over to Port Kazar to get soda ash and buckets of sand from the charter ships that I would eventually blow into various glass objects in Edgeville. 34 rubies! I don't know if that gem trader sells rubies, but if he does, hey, I'm your guy. I'll take them off your hands. And then I'll cut them and give them back to you. After a while, I got tired of doing this and went over to Al Kharid to cut gems from the gem trader for a while. If you didn't know, you can buy gems from him, cut those gems, and sell them back to him for a profit. This is actually a pretty common way for Iron Men to make money, so it's usually difficult to do this method for a long period of time. After the well went dry, I went back to Port Kazar to buy enough soda ash and sand to get up to 42 crafting and crafted a few fishing bowls for later. Hey, there we go. 42. Fish bowls, that's what we came here for. Now that that's taken care of, I ran over to the warrior west of Lumbridge Swamp to start the Lost City quest. And with an inventory full of Draymond branches that I'll need later, I equipped my Draymond staff and entered the shed to get teleported to Xanaris, wrapping up the quest. Hey, there we go. Lost City is complete. And now, that's a little fairy tale action. Next up was Fairy Tale Part 1, Growing Pains. Pretty solid title if you ask me. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this quest is because it rewards you with 3,500 farming XP, which would bring me up quite a few levels. Enough levels, in fact, for one of the Kandarin easy tasks, so let's get started. I started off by grabbing a pair of secateurs from Sarah before talking to Martin in Draenor, who tells me that his rose bushes aren't growing as well as they used to, and he wants us to get to the bottom of it. To do so, we have to talk to 5 farmers in the area to see if they have any idea why this may be happening. Frizzy blames the lack of rain, Elstan blames the insects, Heskell blames me and all the other adventurers, Drevin blames the seasons, and Tresnor blames the fairies. Yeah, so for some reason, even though we literally just use a magical stick to teleport from a shed to a hidden land filled with fairies, Greg refuses to believe that they could have anything to do with this. But, turns out they do. We find out that the reason why everything's been out of whack lately is because an evil Tanglefoot has made the Fairy Queen ill, and the only way to cure her is by defeating this monster with a magical pair of secateurs. To get these secateurs, we need to talk to Malignius Mortifier, who tasks us with bringing 3 random items to the Nature Grotto along with a pair of secateurs to turn into blessed secateurs. This is the list of the possible items that you would need to bring to the grotto. The way this works is that the game rolls a number between 1 and 31 and pairs that number with the 2 numbers next to it. So, if the game rolls a 10, I'd either have to get items 8, 9, and 10, 9, 10, and 11, or 10, 11, and 12. In an ideal world, I'd be lucky and have to gather items 2, 3, and 4 as they're the easiest items to obtain. But, that's not what happened. The 3 items I needed to get were Nature Talisman, Clean Avanto, and Clean Irritleaf. The monsters that drop Nature Talisman are way too scary for me to try and take on at this point in the account, so the plan to get one of those would be doing Guardians of the Rift to either get it as a pull from the Rewards Guardian or buy it from the shop for Abyssal Pearls. The Avanto and Irritleaf are easier to get, as I'm definitely high enough level to kill Chaos Druids comfortably, but the problem then is that I still lack the Herblore levels to clean the herbs. But, there's a workaround. A quite convenient workaround, actually. The city of Narda is home to Zahur, who offers her services as an herb cleaner for 200 GP per herb, regardless of your herblore level. Doing this is actually a desert task. An easy desert task. A task we're not only able to do, but one we'd need to do at some point anyway. Honestly, the first time I read that this was a task, I thought to myself, who would actually use this if it wasn't a diary achievement? Me. I'm the one who would actually do this regardless of whether it's a diary achievement or not. Now, does that mean I'm going to come back and use her to clean herbs for me in the future? No, but I'm definitely going to do it now so I don't have to complete a whole other quest and spend hours grinding out the herblore level I'd need. Looking back now, these honestly weren't the worst things I could have been told to gather, and it's actually kind of ironic that they were. Mika was right. Everything does work out the way it's supposed to. And it's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. Anyway, I spent the next hour killing Chaos Druids in the Taverley dungeon to get the 2 herbs I needed.
Thank you. Oh, finally. Okay.
In this time I gained a few attack, strength, and prayer levels, along with a decent amount of herbs that I'll use later once I start training herblore. Next up was Guardians of the Rift. The drop rate for a Nature Talisman from the Rewards Guardian is 1 in 76.5, but instead of waiting until I had 77 rewards to claim, I went in batches of 10, which took about 6 games to get. I did make a little upgrade for myself. I now have an adamant pickaxe. It just helps get some of the fragments a little bit easier, so it just speeds up the reward points per hour basically. So, alright, let's see what we get. Nothing. Nothing. Nope. Nope. Nothing. Nope. Come on. Last one, please. Alright. Well, back to it, I guess. I figured if anything, I'd either get lucky and roll a Nature Talisman, or I'd roll Abyssal Pearls to buy one in the shop. I didn't really want to spend Abyssal Pearls on a talisman, since I'd eventually get one if I played enough, and I'd rather save the pearls for a piece of the Raymond's outfit to craft more runes. But I really just wanted to get this quest over with so I could get back to checking off tasks. It ended up taking me about 5 hours to get enough pearls to buy the talisman, and here are some highlights from my time at Guardians. While I was doing this, I did end up managing to get 51 rune crafting, which means I can start using the large pouch, so might as well start doing that now. I mean, if I need to get 50 total, then... oh, that... No!
LOL. Failed.
Huh? GG. Wanna hear a joke while we wait? I recently submitted 10 puns for a pun competition. I was really expecting at least one of them to win, but no pun intended.
99 incoming at the end of this round, smiley face. "99 incoming!" exclamation point.
Now that I had my Nature Talisman, it was time to head to the desert. I figured since I was here, I might as well try and knock out a couple more easy tasks while on my way to Narda. So I finally cut a cactus to fill my water skin and took the magic carpet to Polnav Niche for 2 easy tasks. Alright, and there we go, another easy task. After paying Zahura a visit in Narda, I had all the items I needed, so now it's time to get back to the quest. With my blessed secateurs in hand, it was time to take on Tanglefoot. Yeah, I'm just gonna flinch him. He hits way too hard to try and tank. I don't even know why I brought all these cakes. Oh. And just like that, I took down Tanglefoot and ran over to the Fairy Godfather to give him back the Queen's Secateurs to finish up the quest. The farming XP I earned from the quest brought me up to 18, which was more than enough to plant the Chute Seeds, so that's exactly what I did next. Since I was in the area, I finally made the trip back over to Catherby to get my pet fish and check off achievement number 8, leaving me with just 3 more tasks for the area. If you want to do this task in the future, you need to have a fishing bowl that's filled with water and seaweed in your inventory when you talk to Harry. If you're smart, you can knock out 2 tasks at once by using a big fishing net to catch a mackerel and get seaweed at the same time, but I'm not smart, so I went to Karamja to get mine. Either way, Talking to him allows you to purchase a tiny fishing net, which you can then use on the aquarium in his shop to get your pet fish. Still feeling fishy, I caught a mackerel, leaving me with only 2 more tasks in the Kandarin area. For some reason, I thought it was a good idea to bring a pickaxe to do this. In my head, I was thinking about the rock elemental, completely forgetting about the other 3 elements. Yeah, Greg, you smack that fire with your pickaxe, you go, buddy. Anyway, eventually I did end up killing one of each elemental, which meant it was time to walk over a log and wrap up the Kandarin easy tasks.
Ooh, nature room. With ease. Alright. Speak to the wedge outside of Camelot Castle to claim your reward. Look at it. Look at it. Coming along. Does this actually have any bonuses? Yeah, some slight defense bonuses. It's a melee helmet. It's probably like, what, a iron helmet? Looks goofy as hell though.
The rewards from completing the Kandarin tasks include the Kandarin headgear, which acts as a light source and allows me to get an extra log when cutting normal trees, along with increasing the amount of coal that can be held by the coal trucks to 140. I can also exchange 30 noted flax per day to the flax keeper, who will turn them into 30 noted bowstrings. On top of that, I'll also receive 5% more marks of grace when doing the Sears Village rooftop course, but I won't be doing that for a long time. And of course, I get an XP lamp, which this time I decided to use on fire making, bringing me up to level 31. Next up, I decided I wanted to finish the Falador tasks, which would require 16 construction, so I put that off for now and instead went to the Mother Lode mine to repair a strut, which only requires a hammer and pickaxe. To get to the Mother Lode mine, run past the abandoned party room down these stairs and run south into this cave. Since I'm not actually doing the activity right now, I'll save that for another video.
Alright, one of these needs to hurry up and break. Greg's feeling handy. What the fuck?
I am so sorry. Well, one eventually did break, so Greg was able to get Andy and fix the strut to complete the task.
There we go. Give me that. Alright, next.
Our next task was to craft a mine tiara, so I went back to the bank to grab a silver bar, tiara mold, and mine talisman to craft the tiara.
There it is. Look at him. Look at him. He's a cute boy. He's a cute boy with his diary and tiara. Don't judge him. He's precious.
In order to train construction, I started off by completing the Daddy's Home quest to bring me up to level 8 and get myself a free house. After that, I started chopping logs to make chairs when I remembered something.
Oh, I forgot, dude. This is gonna speed up because I have the Kandarin headgear. Big. I'm sorry I was making fun of it earlier. You're such a useful little item. Who's a useful item? You are. Yes, you are. Look at you. Look at you giving me 2 logs. I hate myself.
Once I got to level 16 construction, I ran up to Sir Renedy in the Falador Castle to get my family crest, which turned out to be Varrock. Grey Hef, the Great. I don't like that crest. Can I have a different one? I like it. Do I? What does it look like? It is kind of lame, isn't it? Oh, you have to pay for it. Alright, whatever. Thank you. With that, I went up to Cerebral to claim my rewards for completing all the Falador easy tasks. The 2 rewards I received include the Falador shield, which can restore my prayer by 25% once per day, along with being able to access the Chaos Temple north of Falador via the shortcut in Birth Orb. The Falador shield is also currently my best in slot shield, so I'll probably be carrying it around a lot.
Look at him. What a guy. Look at Gregley. Alright. Now the biggest question. Where are we gonna rub our lamp to? That sounded bad. Let's do fletching, because I'm gonna do some of that.
Hi, future me. I completely forgot that I said that. But it was too good to not put in the video, so there you go. Oh man. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. Today we got a lot done in terms of progressing the account. We knocked out the remaining Kandarin and Falador tasks, giving us 2 new items, the Kandarin headgear and Falador shield. Over the past few days, I sat down and actually started making a plan for how I want to progress in the future. I made a list of which areas I wanted to prioritize, and starting next week, I'll begin working down that list. First up is Karen and Kebos, which up to this point I've only completed 1 task so far. But that changes next week, and I hope to see you there. I know I keep saying it, but I actually will start streaming again very soon, and if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description to my Twitch channel, along with the link to my X page where I'll be sending out notifications for when I'll be streaming and releasing videos, so follow me there as well so you can stay in the loop. And while you're down there, why not drop a like and subscribe so I know people actually like watching this stuff. But, as always, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.